What's up, family? Kuamaresu L. Back with another quick update. So I got this little traffic infraction situation going on here. Took place a little bit earlier in February. So I sent out a writ of discovery upon the Request for Information Act, according to United States Code Title 5. So this is what I got in response back. So I sent affidavit out to the DA. All right, so they sent me to the DA for King County in Washington State. So I figured I'd take some video footage so you can kind of see firsthand how I kind of go through these documents here. So for one, I sent out a subpoena request for the policeman. They ain't no damn officer. All right. So yada yada. But I want you guys to I'm just gonna make some certain key points here. I sent it out for Daniel T. Satterberg, which is he's the DA. So apparently this got signed by his assistant or whatever, but they left their autograph in blue ink, okay? And they made sure I certify under penalty of perjury of the laws of the state of Washington that on the date below I placed the U.S. mail, blah blah blah. Know what I'm saying? Dated 10/19/2015. But this was placed in the mail to be sent out to me my proper person, Reginald L, on this date here. Right? So this is the first page, and I want y'all to see this shit, because I'm going to cut this motherfucker up. So use the lenses. I'm adjusting as I go here. So this is what I wrote to him. I didn't feel the need to go on a computer and type some big fancy shit up. I just grabbed a piece of paper and a pen, and I just put my words on paper, and I call things what they are. So this is my affidavit, bill of attainder number. If you guys don't know what a bill of attainder is, look that up. All right. And this is what I wrote. Hopefully my handwriting is clear enough for you guys to comprehend. And of course you can always pause and just have a look at what I'm saying, but I just want you to get an idea of how my mindset, how I'm going about dealing with these people. Because I know they're not government, and I know they're all foreigners. Alright? Let's get a look at that. Alright. Then I signed as myself, propria persona. I also CC'd, meaning I sent some carbon copies, because it's never a good idea to just send one out to that one entity, because what will happen 9 times out of 10 is it gets buried. So the more people you inform, you leave a paper trail, the better off you are. So I CC'd the Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs, CC'd the Washington State Governor, I CC'd the IRS, and I also CC'd the King County District Court Judge, Matthew Williams. Well, that's not human right now, that's all caps, so you know what that's about. But, so this is what I sent to them, and thus they sent the response to my affidavit. Now, remember I asked for a W-9 form. W-9 form is because they're a company, so they're trying to get a human being to pay taxes from Puerto Rico. Okay? I don't live in the United States. I'm not a member of the territory of Puerto Rico. So therefore, I don't owe taxes to Puerto Rico. I live in North America. I live on the continent. I live on the land. And my feet's always on the soil. You dig? So this is the attempted contract. Of course, as you can see, I don't sign shit, because I don't do contracts with people I don't know or trust. Mama said don't talk to strangers, so I'm pretty sure if you don't want you talking to strangers, she sure as hell ain't want me signing no damn contract with strangers. You know what I'm saying? But just to give you some basic info and shit, pretty much bottom line, I just want you to understand the fact that this is the name and badge number of the human being who's doing business as J. Law, foreign policeman for the United States Corporation. Right? Currently working under the branch of Washington. I certify under penalty of perjury, under the laws of the state of Washington, that I have issued this date. Yeah. Right? You can read on your own and figure out. But bottom line is, I want you to understand the fact that this is a certification under penalty of perjury, right? However, all I see is computer generated shit. For instance, and now I'm going to start marking shit up here. This is where I kind of just start going in. Right? I'm going to circle here. I'm going to cut a bit. I'm going to put a big X, and then I'm going to write fraud. Computer generated. Then I'm going to put not valid. Because if you're certifying anything under a penalty of perjury of law, it has to be signed. Kind of like how you see me holding this pen and writing, it has to be signed in a pen, wet ink pen, by a human being. It can't just be computer generated and then you say at the top, I certify under penalty. Who the fuck is I? You see, this is what I'm saying. They catch niggas with language, right? Because there's no one taking responsibility, because no one gave you a ticket. You see what I'm saying? Check this. Let me just let this shit clear, because I want you guys to see this shit. I certify under penalty of perjury. Who's the I that's certifying? Officer J. Law. Well, first off, officers are elected into office. So this guy or this entity wasn't elected. Okay? They took a job interview. They finished graduating from the damn academy, and then they got a job. All right? But this is in all caps, which is not referring to a human being. So once again, this is also a company. This is a DBA. So there's a human being doing business as J. Law. Badge number 0755. Nothing against the officer or the policeman, but I'm not gonna be a part of fraud. So that's my whole thing. I know the system's committing fraud, so I just absolutely refuse to be a part of it. Stop playing their game. So once again, and here's a big no-no here. You see right here, my friends? Now I want you to see this shit here. You see right here, where for race it says black? I'm gonna put denationalization. I'm gonna put denationalization and attempted human trafficking. Now, for one, denationalization, my race is not black. For smart people on this planet, there's only one race. It's called human. Now, branching off from human, you have different nations or ethnicities of people, okay, with different nationalities. So one, I'm not black. So right there is an attempt to denationalize me, the human being, so they can try to Smith me, as I would say, when Agent Smith was creating his own clones. So they're trying to Smith me and, you know what I'm saying, make me be a part of their fraud and shit. But no. So this is attempted human trafficking, because now you're trying to turn me into something that I'm not. So that's a no-no. I'm not falling for that. Like I said, there's no signature signed by anyone, so no one has certified anything under the penalty of perjury. Okay, so that's void. There's the next one here. Now, this is supposed to be the citing officer's, all right, written statement, verified statement. This is supposed to be the reason that the court, this is what is supposed to be the reason why the court moved to try to enforce this into action, which is a bill of attainder, which is unconstitutional. Okay? Especially in Washington State. Article 5, Section 23, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong, but I feel like that's the one. Anyway, so this is the supposed officer's written statement. Once again, I certify. Who the fuck is I? You're not being specific. I can be anybody. Let me restate that. I can be anyone. So that's very vague. Alright? Law is very specific. So if it's going to say I certify, it should have motherfucking said policeman J blah 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 certify under penalty of perjury. And then what should have been here, you see? And this is the shit that I'm talking about, y'all. And this is the shit that y'all gotta start paying attention to, family. Look at this shit right here. Signature. Crazy part is, this is legal. You see what I'm saying? And this signature is legal. The reason why it's legal, because a signature can either be handwritten or it can be computer generated or copied. So this is why I'm saying you don't want to deal with signatures. Signatures are for corporations. Signatures are for corporations. And I know people want to say, but it's a sign of your nature. This entity doesn't have a nature. It's non-existent. It only exists where what I'm looking at right now. It exists on paper. See what I'm saying? So once again, there's no one who signed physically with a wet ink pen on the paper, blah 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 blah. I who here certify. So this is computer generated. So once again, I'm gonna write fraud. I'm gonna say fraud. Then I'm gonna write void ab initio, and then I'm also going to write, and void ab initio means void from the beginning. Okay, so it's fraud, it's fraudulent, it's void from the beginning. Okay, what was the other shit I wanted to put down? Fraud, guys, I'm just going off the top, right? This is kind of like how I play around with, I wouldn't say play around, but it's just like deal with it on a common sense level. Like, you don't got to be too fucking genius about this shit. Just keep it simple. Whatever you notice, and then just pinpoint those things you notice. You know what I'm saying? And also, this very video that I'm making is going to be kept for my records, so that they know that I analyzed this entire discovery. First off, it wasn't, and they didn't answer all my points. All right, they didn't even return the W-9 form, which I asked. So the W-9 form is not even here. Okay, but they're gonna have to deal with the IRS on that, because the IRS is waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's good to leave paper trails. So, void ab initio. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Prima facie and prima facie evidence of treason. Treason. What else? I'm gonna throw. I should throw a fucking U.S. code in there just for good measure. What would be a good one? Should that be Title 42? Sorry, y'all. I forgot at the moment. Let me see if I can remember. Title 42. Title 42:18. Title 42:18. Anyway, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I'm not even a U.S. citizen. Why the hell do I care about using titles anyway? Anyway. I think about different ways to just like pile shit on top of them, so. But sometimes it's always good to be simple and right to the point. I think I was pretty simple and right to the point. Fraud, void ab initio, prima facie evidence of treason. see, because niggas gonna act like they illiterate and shit when they're going through this. Like, what does he mean right here? So I'm gonna make it as clear as possible. Clear as possible. This right here is computer generated. No standing in law. And that is what it is. It's computer generated. There's no human being to give it validity except for me right now, who's actually going through this shit and chopping this shit up. Alright? They don't have nothing. No signature. No one is taking responsibility or liability. Am I going to catch a headache? No. Oh, and just so you know how much they're attempting to try to extort. Oh, that's another one I forgot. Extortion. Extortion and racketeering. Oh, and here's my favorite one. And genocide. Okay? But this is what they was attempting, or that they're attempting to try to get some entity. But I don't contract with these niggas, so. Yeah, shit. Sorry, y'all. Let me get this right. Oh. There we go. Check it. Yeah, still trying to get me. They're trying to squeeze out 250 beams of Monopoly money. And negative. Not happening. So yeah, family. So this is pretty much it. This shit's been chopped up. It's void. And then they're gonna try to give me a whole bunch of case report shit. Blah blah blah, but you have no validity, so I'm just gonna put an X. I'm just Xing niggas. X. Void. That's how you let them know. Their paperwork don't mean nothing. Void. Shit is void, son. And that's okay, you know what I mean? This all came from me, so I just need to make sure I have a recording of what I wrote. So I'm just gonna take some quick video footage. Know what I'm saying? Not too hard to miss. Know exactly who I was writing to. Reason why I was writing to him. Alright? Okay. And that's pretty much it, fam. You know what I mean? And that's all it takes.